Welcome to Baby Boy Mulligan's Guitars, Mods, and Music. And today, we're putting a new pickguard on my ST-1 that I just got. I have an aged pearl white pickguard to put on it and the matching tremolo cover. So we're going to swap that out today. And we're going to have to do a little bit of router work because we're going to have to cut out a spot for the pinwheel truss rod. So please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And tell me what you think about the video and the guitar. So let's get over to the bench and get to it. All right, so here's a quick mock-up. I put this on the guitar over the other pickguard just to kind of show you. And of course, these pickups are too white for this. You can see that there. So we have got this set, which is just a little bit darker. They look aged a little bit. These just came off. I actually think one of the other Tease guitars that I worked on. We've got all the original stuff over here. But these are just a little bit darker. Now this I may have to actually open up a little bit more. This isn't really fitting this good, so I'm going to have to take this. Yep, that's got to get widened. It's the right length, but it's not wide enough. So I'll have to heat something up and open that up a little bit more. Or, no, it's too white. Leave that one. All right, so we'll do that. Got those. And then I've got these labeled, but you can see the difference here. In the darker. See how white that is and how that's just a little bit off? Matches better with the pickguard. So we're going to swap those out too. And I'll lose the knobs. Gotta give you a good look at the knobs here. Those versus these. A little too white. So let's get into it. As my buddy Ted says. So the first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to take these strings down. So I'm not going to make you sit through that. Then I'll take the pickguard off, disassemble all of the electronics, get this pickguard by itself, and then we're going to take this pickguard, we're going to screw it to this pickguard, and we're going to cut out that little hole. Be right back. Oops, I'm moving stuff. I'm moving my camera. All right, so I've screwed this pickguard to the original pickguard. As you can see, this is the area here that has to get routed out. Also, on this, the holes for the pots, they're not drilled out through this one. And now I'm losing screws. I gotta find that one. There it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have all these together. I'm going to take my pencil I'm going to draw out my routing. On the plastic of the other pickguard. Now, while I've got this on here, I'm also going to actually just drill these holes. So I'm going to slide the guitar off the table here. Slide. Hopefully I've got the right one in here to use. If not, I'm going to have to go get it out of my other kit. What's it in here? My dad's old set with a bunch of missing bits for the smaller ones. So I've got my other set of bits here. So we'll match up a hole. I think this is going to be the guy here. Yep. And that is a 1/8. So we'll use the 1/8 drill bit. And we'll just drill these out. And there we go. We're all set for our pots. I know I make it look easy. It is. It's not that hard. Anybody with enough time and patience can do this stuff. You just got to learn the right way to do it. Watching myself and all the other guys in our guitar community. So now I'll take all these screws out and we'll start routing this out. I'm also going to go through here and actually I probably should take that and make these holes a little bit bigger in this other pickguard so that we don't have any of the screws getting wonky. I'll be back. All right, so I'm just taking this drill bit and just evening these holes out. Like this one's a little off, so just gonna wallow those out just a little bit. Make sure that they all fit. So everything lines up. You'll notice some of these are on a little bit of an angle. So, just going to go in there and make it a little bit bigger. And the screw will hide that. So, not a big deal. But I want a perfect fit on the front. The back, I'm going to have to drill a couple holes, fill a couple holes. It's just not going to, as Ted would say, copaesthetically work. Okay, and our last one right here. But you'll notice I still have these two in here because we don't want to have that issue. And I'm dropping stuff as usual. I'll just take these and even them up a little bit. Okay. And our screws will take care of those. Okay, they're gonna fight me. So we didn't wallow any of those out too much. All right. So there we go. This one here has got to just come up a little this way to cover the hole. That's it. Now we know it's going to be a direct fit. So that hard part is done. And that's really the hardest part of doing this. Is, getting these holes to line up. Because nothing's perfect unless it's a direct fit from Tease. But this one's pretty close. So. All right. So here comes the next part. That phone out of the way. Now we're going to cut this spot here. Get your little cutting tool. And you don't want to go right to the edge. And we'll do the same thing on this side. Now, the reason you don't want to go to that edge, and now you can see, I'll show you really good right here, is because you're not going to get a perfect edge. Now we can hone that down, and this piece we can cut out. So now we'll cut this piece. And then this will come over here on the opposite side, because you're not going to break that off. This is delicate. It's the delicate part right here. All right, so that piece is gone. Now you see we have this other area in the horseshoe to route out. Now what I use for that, so I can be very fine and precise with it, is I use this tip. Would help if I tightened it down first. Now I'll use this to take that down. Now, if you don't have the patience for that, once you learn how to do this, you can be a little more aggressive and use this tip. That makes an easy job of it. Okay, now I'll peel back some of this plastic. Major protection part is over. So now I can really see what I'm doing here. Okay. Now we need to get this so that it's more flat here in the center. Okay, that's pretty close. A little more in that corner right there. And like that. That edge straight. Get that edge rolled a little bit. And this is where you want to slow this down a little bit. You don't want it going as fast because it takes it down quick. Now, to get that edge nice and straight, take this off again. Go back to this. Tighten that down. And do that edge. And that is pretty perfect. I couldn't ask for better. A little bit right there. Now that's pretty close. But we line that all back up again. It's no cigar, because you're not going to be perfect when you do that line. But now it's easy to line these holes back up best we can. And we can take down these edges a little bit more. That's pretty close. I want to make sure I'm even on this side here. So at this point I'm going to take that away because I don't want to damage that. That's the original. Okay. Now, that may not be perfect match to this, but we want to just make sure before we go any further to see if this fits the guitar. So, okay, so I've got everything screwed down. So everything fits that way. I can get into the cavity. No problem. I didn't go too far. There's enough room in there to play. And then if you take this one, the original one, and put it on there, it's about exactly the same. Sits in the same spot. And this is a Fleor brand Pickguard. Those are the ones that work. If you don't find your color that you like with Tease and get the original Tease Pickguard, if you want another option, this is an option for you. So I will save my original Tease stuff to go with the guitar if I ever were to get rid of it, which I never will. But, you know, we don't know what happens to guitars when we aren't around anymore. Hopefully, family and friends have them. So next step, we're going to load this pickguard, put it all back together. All right, so I've got it all back together. So let's take a look at it. Look at that nice new vintage pickguard. I didn't do the back plate yet because I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the original or drill the holes to put the matching pickguard on there. I may just leave it white. I'm not sure yet, but looks pretty good. Plays really nice too. Frets are gleaming. All right. Well, thanks for watching Baby Boy Mulligan's Guitars, Mods, and Music. We'll see you in the next one. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And tell me what you think about the pickguard. Rock on.